Hello everyone, welcome back to my second round of my Let's Play. This is now the second turn, and as we can see here, during this first turn, my ally, Agartha, apparently has launched an attack. He only suffered 2 light infantry losses, and he managed to take the province that he was going up against. So he has now moved into this province here, which is on his way to emerge from the caverns, although he'll probably more likely finish taking these. Now then, we can look around and we can see the enemies that I have in the provinces surrounding my capital. I have got heavy cavalry, light cavalry, and militia in this one, so I probably don't want to go after that one yet. However, this one here has got an income of 93. If we can go ahead and turn on the map filters for income box, I can see that a little better. So we do see we've got a decent amount of gold income here, and it's only got light infantry and crossbowmen, so we're probably going to be taking that one relatively quickly here. This other province should be fairly easy to conquer, only several horse-drawn cavalry, and that's only got an income of 24, so that's going to be a little slower on our list to conquer. This one here, we don't yet know how much gold income it has, but it is a wasteland, so it probably does not have very much. It does have one of the thrones, however, I don't have my pretender guide to conquer that, nor do I have a prophet, so it won't be of terribly much use to us yet. Go ahead, and I believe here that I am going to go ahead and recruit one of these cheaper masters of the way, as they are not old age, and they do have some research value, so I will probably go ahead and recruit one of them so I can begin my research, and I will plop down a couple of these ancestor vessels and a few more of these footmen to take out the rest of the resources that I can use. And I will go ahead and check out my army setup. I've already added the ancestor vessels down here. I will go ahead and set up fire and keep it distance, firing at the closest enemy. For my bowmen, I will set them down here, and I will set them to fire and keep distance at the closest enemy. As for my footmen, I will set them a little further towards the center. If I wanted to micromanage a little, I could throw one single unit out front, and that way any enemy archers would be shooting at him rather than shooting at the whole block, but I don't really feel like doing that, so they will just hold and attack the closest enemy. My commander, I will set him to stay behind enemy troops, which should mean that he will just fire his bow and just stay behind the enemy, or stay behind my troops. And for my priest, I will cast blessing a few times, and I will have him stay behind the troops as well. My ancestor vessels I will keep right here in the center next to my commanders, and that should be about all we've got to do. I can go ahead and send these guys, my commander and the priest, to launch an attack versus this Indie province right here. Alrighty, now that we've set our unit to attack, I believe we can go ahead and end the turn, and hopefully we don't sustain any terrible random events. Alright, we are now on turn 3, and as you can see, we've had 2 battles this turn. Looking at this, the battle did not particularly go too well in my favor, as I somehow have lost my general. I did lose 8 footmen. I lost 0 archers. I did not lose any of my ancestor vessels, but I did wipe out the enemy. So that was not the best outcome. We'll go ahead and take a look here and see what the heck happened. Alrighty. My general did stay behind my troops, apparently. Or he is, at the moment, behind my troops. It's possible one of these crossbowmen managed to hit him and take him out. But as for now, I cannot tell what happened. Go ahead and speed this up a bit. Everything appears to be going fine. Except my general is now moving to the front of the line, which he is not supposed to do. And the idiot got himself killed despite my orders to stay behind the troops. That was not particularly fortunate for us. But my ancestor vessels did finish and mop up the floor with the rest of them. Agartha attacked Independence, but it does not look like he successfully defeated them. He has weakened them substantially. Going ahead and looking, we have a province with no general, and I'm not going to be able to move all of these guys back with my priest, so I will be leaving 8 units stranded in this province. We'll go ahead and move them back to the capital. This turn I will go ahead and recruit a Khan, who is a better leader anyways. I will recruit 3 more of them and 2 footmen. I will not have a particularly huge screen of footmen at the moment, but I think we can still make do with what we've got. And I would like to take this province here that has a gold income of 200, so I may be going after that rather than taking these horse-drive archers. But that is a fairly strong indie province, so I'll probably go ahead and finish these guys first. That way I can get the resources, although that has got almost no resources. I will also add a few points of province defense to my new province here. Just 5 for now is all I'm really going to do. So that is pretty much all we can do for this turn. I've already done all the recruiting I can do. I've used up all my resources. I still have some gold, but that's not going to help us right now. I'm moving what I can over here. I did notice that my priest has managed to get the unequaled obesity heroic trait. Woohoo! I'm so happy about that. Unequaled obesity is not a particularly good heroic ability. It does give a little more hit points and strength, but the huge downside to that is that it gives additional fatigue or encumbrance. So he's got 3 additional fatigue from his heroic ability now, which is not a good thing. You get that on a spellcaster or pretty much anybody, and it's not a good thing. The only time it might actually really be good, in my opinion, could be with somebody who has a large amount of hit points already, and they have got a regeneration ability. The regeneration ability might possibly make the additional hit points worthwhile, but overall the encumbrance addition that you get is just way worse than any benefit that you gain from that. So I'm going to go ahead and end this turn, and we'll pick up on turn 4 now, I believe. My ally Agartha has launched yet another attack. He was a little more successful with this one as he managed to wipe out the enemy. He only suffered 4 heavy infantry losses, and he managed to take the other province bordering his capital. I have now got my forces somewhat more consolidated. Checking out my army, I will go ahead and place all my ancestor vessels and everybody else under the command of the Khan. I will place all my foot soldiers up in the lead, place them ahead into the middle as I did before. I will place my ancestor vessels in the center as they default to, and fire and keep distance. My Khan, I will have him hold or fire a missile weapon. Yeah, we'll probably not do that 5 times. Yeah, fire, keep distance, that's fine. At the closest enemy. Alright, we'll keep that. And my archers, I'll go ahead and place them under the command of the Khan once again, and I will have them fire and keep distance at the closest enemy. And I will keep my priest blessing my sacred troops. It would prove useful to add an additional priest now that can bless more troops. Looks like the Indy province here is showing a few less troops than what it originally showed me. That could be a good thing. It might not be. It never shows you an exact amount of troops in an enemy province unless unless you have a spy there. Then it might show something a little more accurate, or you could be scrying a province. I believe scrying is more accurate than having a spy. But yeah, right now that is showing 50 units rather than 70, and this is showing 10 rather than, I believe, the 20 that it was showing before. Going ahead and recruiting yet again, I will go ahead and recruit. I could recruit a fair number of my ancestor vessels now. However, given the lack of footmen I have in the front, it might prove a little more useful to add a few more of the footmen with the shields rather than one of the ancestor vessels. I'm still doing alright on gold. We're going to go ahead and launch an attack. Now, I believe I'm going to go ahead and send my Khan and my priest to this province here with the horse tribe archers. It's not a particularly good province, only has an income of 23. It's got halfway decent resources though at 62, so that should provide a decent resource boost for my capital. I don't have very many of my footmen with the shields, so these guys here are pretty much going to be human pincushions from all the archers, because that is what the horse tribe cavalry are archers, and pretty much the same with these guys here. Yeah, that's about all that I can do at the moment, and I believe we are ready to get this thing going yet again. I am going to change my research up here to conjuration. That way I can get some ancestor. That is one of the special spells for Tien. The spirit of a deceased ancestor is called to battle. Ancestors are sacred, but while they can influence the fortunes of the living, they have few other powers useful in large battles. I want to say in Dominions 3, Call Ancestor Spirit was actually like a luck spell or something of that. But this may actually be an actual summon spell that brings some sort of little ghost into the battle. This is a ritual spell, so that is not going to help in battle. This, however, is a battle spell. But more importantly, my goal for conjuration is actually to find dark knowledge, which I believe is right here, and that is a sight searching spell. Looks like wow, they've actually put a range on this one of 3 provinces now, and has a death gem requirement of 4 gems versus I believe it used to be 1 or 2 gems. Now, looking at the timer, I believe we've run out of time for this episode, and we were going to have to end the video and end the turn here. As always, I hope you like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Leave any comments in the comments box below, and thank you for joining me.